Hi everybody, Rose here. So this is what we're going to do today. We are going to make these adorable candy corns. And I'm experimenting with some different colors because I'm really liking this green. It's like a minty green. It's not showing up on camera, but I'm thinking about for my pie tray doing like these candy corns, but in like specialty colors. I was experimenting with these, but I don't love that as much as I thought I would. But anyway, I'm going to make some like specific colors for the pie tray and then still have my like traditional colored ones. But I wanted to show you that you can do these in any color you want. I mean, who doesn't want Christmas candy corns? So, you know, you can use those for something else, which will be in my next tutorial. I started with these, but I decided I wanted them to be just a little bit smaller. This was just a little bit too big. I didn't like it. So I thought this size would be really cute. What we're going to need is, we're going to do the H hook, 5.0 millimeter. And of course we're going to need our scissors, these tapestry needle, and stitch marker is always optional. Polyfill, I always forget to add that. Remembered today. And then I'm using my scraps still. Actually, this was a full skein at one point, and now I'm just down to this, so I'm gonna have to get some more. Red Heart Super Saver on all of these. White, bright yellow, and again, I think that's pumpkin. And I think that's everything. And I am going to show you two ways. You know, I like to do things in one piece if I can. So we're going to do the one piece, but I am going to show you how to go ahead and make a bottom and stick it on there. So go pick out the colors you'd like, and I will meet you right back here. Okay, before we get started, just going to let you know, I'm trying this one, and it's so familiar, this orange dreamsicle. It tastes so familiar, but I can't place what it is. So I'm going to be playing back each recorded section to make sure that I'm not like running from a mass murderer. Otherwise I'll have to redo everything. Okay, we're going to start with white. And we're going to start with a magic circle. Okay. And in this circle, we're going to do 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to join. We're not going to join. We're going to be going into a round. And now for this round 2, we're going to increase from 4 single crochets to 6. So count back to your first single crochet and put 2 single crochets in there. 1, 2. I'm going to go ahead and pull my tail. Okay. The next single crochet, I'm going to put 1. And here's a little tip. I'm going to just take the hook and poke it in the back. Helps you get your, because it wants to curl anyway, we're going to just help it along. And that third single crochet, I'm going to do another increase. 1 and 2. And then in that last one, we're going to do 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We're still increasing. So for round 3, we're going to do an increase in the first. Be 1 and 2. And if you wanted, you could put a stitch marker here. And then in the next one, 1 single crochet. this next section, it's the repeat. It's going to be an increase followed by 1 single crochet, an increase followed by 1 single crochet. So we did 1, 1 and 2, 3. Here is 4 and 5, followed by 1 single crochet. And then the last section is 7 and 8, 9. So just count around, make sure you have 9. Got our little bowl going. This is the last section for white, and it's another increase. So we're going to go from 9 to 12. And the way that repeats, it's going to be a 3-stitch section. So it'll be an increase in the first one, followed by 1 single crochet, followed by 1 single crochet. So let's count up to 12. So it's going to be 1 and 2. Next one is 3. Next one is 4. Next section is an increase of 5 and 6, followed by 1 single crochet, 7. Next single crochet is 8. And then our last section is an increase of 9 and 10, followed by 1 single crochet, 11, 1 single crochet, 12. Okay. Now let's just go ahead and slip stitch and fasten off. And I'm not leaving a very long tail, just a couple inches. Okay, there we go. That's what we got. Tuck that back in there. So let's get orange. Ugh. And the way I like to do this is, so here is that last, so this is number 12 right here. And then we slip stitched into this next one. And then this little tiny bit right here is that chain 1 that we fastened off. So this 12 and this 1 become 1 stitch. So this is how we're going to do this round. Every time we join, we're going to be doing this funny thing here. So I'm going to just take my yarn in my hand. I'm going to lay it to the back. Finger's going to hold it. I'm going to grab it, pull it up, and I'm going to chain 1. And that's going to secure it on there. So now I'm going to get my tails organized here, get them going in the same direction. Now we're going to go right back in there where we joined, and then we're going to do it again. We're going to reach in there, going to pull up that yarn, and then we're going to yarn over. And now we just made our first single crochet right there. That's the slip stitch, and then this is the single crochet. So if you wanted to mark it, you can mark it right there. And we're just going to do 1 single crochet all the way around. So let's do that. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and tuck these in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and here's 12. But then we've got that whole slip stitch joining bit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to plop it in there. However you can get your hook in there just to make another stitch right there. And so that's technically 13. So normally what we would do, if that was 12, we would join to that very first single crochet. But since we added this 13, we're going to skip that first one and we're going to go into the second one. We're not joining, we're just going to do a single crochet. Pull that taut, just do a single crochet there. So it helps fill in that gap there. And it doesn't matter about this, it's just like the other candy corn. We're going to hide it to the back. All right, so that's one. So for this one, we're going to do an increase. So we have 12 single crochets. We're going to increase it up to 15. So that was one. We're going to go right back in there. And that's going to be 2. And the next 3, we're going to do 1 single crochet. 1, 2, and 3. So we've done 5 stitches so far. Let's do another set of 5. This next one, we're going to do an increase, which is 6 and 7, followed by 3 single crochets. 8, 9, 10. Last set. This next single crochet be an increase of 11 and 12, followed by 3 single crochets. 13, 14, and 15. Okay, here we are back. And be careful because that first one sometimes looks a little bit smaller. We're not skipping that. That's actually our first stitch. So for round 7, we're going to go from 15 to 18. So that's going to be, in that first one, we're going to do an increase. 1 and 2, followed by the next 4. Will be 1 single crochet each. That's 3, next one, 4, next one, 5, next one, 6. Let's do another set of 6. 6 times 3 is 18. This will be an increase, be 7 and 8, followed by 4 single crochets. 9, 10, 11, 12. Last set. Next single crochet will be an increase. 13 and 14. You guessed it, yeah. 4 single crochets. 15, 16, 17, and 18. For our last round of orange, it's another increase. This will be our last increasing for this project. And we're going to go from 18 to 21, an increase of 3. 3 times 7 is 21. So we're going to do a block of 7. This first stitch will be an increase. Be 1 and 2, followed by 5 single crochets. So that will be 3, next one, 4, next one, 5, next one, 6, next one, 7. Let's do another 7. So number 8 and 9 is an increase. 8 and 9, followed by 5 single crochets. 10, next one, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Our last section here, the first one will be an increase, 15 and 16, followed by the last 5 single crochets. 18, 19, 20, 21. And I'm just going to go to the next stitch and do a slip stitch, chain 1, and fasten off. And again, I'm just doing a little tiny couple inches. And that's what we got so far. Looks delicious. Oh. and for yellow. All right, so now here we are. Go right in that spot where I fastened off. And like with the candy corn keychain, you can also do the tie on if you wanted just to pull it and then tie a knot, which since I started that, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Sometimes, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I just kind of do whatever my hands lead and then I follow. So we tied it on. Go back in there. Same thing. We're just going to pull up a loop. Chain one. The tie on is an extra step because you still have to go in there, pull up a loop, go back in there, and then do a single crochet. But it just gives you the security that for some reason it's not going to come undone. Let's do that single crochet then. There's our first single crochet. So we should have 21, and so we're going to do 21 single crochets all the way around. So that was one single crochet in each of these stitches all the way around for 21, and I'll catch you there. And that was 21, and here we are again at that gap. And so I'm just going to stick it however I can get it in there. And then I'm going to do another single crochet, which makes 22. So I'm going to skip, there's that chain one, here's that first single crochet right here. I'm going to go to the second one right there. And that's how I'm going to just do, I'm not going to join, I'm just going to do a single crochet in that second single crochet. That way I still have 21. For this round and one more round, we're just going to do the 21. So you're going to have 3 rows of yellow that are all 21 stitches. So if you want, you can just mark your first one on each round. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you can probably see on your own work how this one gets a little jagged. Then you can use that as your mark. That as long as you're around this area, then you're going to be fine. So let's just do one single crochet for the next 2 rows, 21 stitches each. And then I'll meet you there. And we'll start doing some decreasing. Okay, actually I wasn't even counting. My brain went somewhere else. But I'm using this as a guide. So I'm just going to do another one. And I'm just going to go ahead and do one more. So now I have 3 rows of the yellow. And now what I'm going to start doing, okay, so we just finished our 2 rows. So now we have 3 rows of yellow. This is where we're going to go ahead. If you want to sew on the bottom, this is where we're going to do that. So we're just going to go to the next stitch and we're going to slip stitch and we're going to fasten that off. Okay. And then we're going to make a bottom. And this is actually the first one I'm making the bottom for, so we're doing it together. All right, so we did, this has got 21. So I think what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and do a slip knot. Leave yourself just a little bit of tail and go ahead and chain 2. And then in this first single crochet, let's put 7 single crochets. 1, 2, and this is the trick. Start turning it because we want to capture this tail along with us. That's what's going to cinch up that hole, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, and whoops, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then what we're going to immediately do is we are going to go ahead and do an increase. So we're going to go from 7 single crochets to 14. So just put 2 single crochets all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and pull my tail. That'll work. I'm going to take my tail with me again. So that's 1 and 2. And I'll see you at the end with 14. 14. Yeah, I think the single crochet was the right call. And now we're going to go up to 21. So we're going to do an increase in the first single crochet, followed by 1 single crochet. So it'll be an increase here, next one, 1 single crochet. And we're going to count up to 21. First one, 1 and 2, followed by 1 single crochet. Next stitch is 4 and 5. Next one is 6. So just do an increase followed by 1 single crochet, and I will see you at the end of this one with 21 single crochets. Ooh, 21. And I think that's going to work. Slip stitch into this next one. And I think I'm going to leave probably a good 2 feet. You know, I haven't done any overkill in this video. Let's do that. Do it just a little overkill. String that up. And let's see here. The way I'm going to do this is here's my tail. Tuck it in there. That's where I want to start. It's like where I joined that one. I want to go either in that one or the one before it. So I'm going to go in this where I joined. And I'm going to do the right side facing me. So here's where we joined. I'm just going to go straight in there. And then I'm going to go from the inside out. I'm going to take that and get that to get it joined. And I'm going to tuck that tail in there. I don't think I'm going to sew that with me. Okay. This is also pretty forgiving. That is where I joined. Feel it. I'm not worried about really lining these all up. If you've seen Jada and Stitches did a candy corn too, and it's all about, it doesn't matter, we can add and subtract stitches if we want. But for this, both loops, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 loops. And I'm just going to take a few, kind of get it lined up so that it's flat. And then I'm just going to go next. And then I'm just doing a whip stitch. Pick up another 2 loops. Another 2 loops. Bring that back. Front to back. Next one, front to back. Okay. Stretch it if I need to. A little out of practice on these. 2 loops, 2 loops. Go next. And I'm just gonna do this all the way around. Just trying to pick up 2 loops on both of them. And when I get to be where I'm about an inch from closing, that's when I'm going to start stuffing it. Let me see here. Let's do another one, and then I think I'll stuff. You know what? That could even be some kind of monster with an eyeball or something. Who knows? Here we go. Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking about that now. I think I'm going to put a little bit more in there. I am going to cram it in there too because I want it to kind of be where it's going to be. Well, I guess I'm going to use all the stuffing I brought. I'm just going to finish this up. It's going to let it be. It looks like a fish. That's what it looks like. Okay. Pinch that. And then I'm just going to finish this up. That's where all the knots are, but it's fine. And then just make a knot. Poke it in there and just come out the back. Something about just like manhandling them a little bit. It really gets them to behave. Yeah. That really doesn't look really too much different. Matter of fact, I don't really even see much of a notice other than I can see my front loop there. So yeah, either way is going to be just fine. What do you guys think? I mean, I certainly like the way that looks better, but, you know, in a basket, I'm not going to care. Alrighty, now I'm really done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this is helpful. And hope you make a bunch. And I hope they're all different colors. I might even give some of these out to my clients. That would be fun, wouldn't it? All right. I'm going to learn something new today. Here we are. Here we are right here. We're going to go in the back loop. And what we're going to do is we're going to pick up a loop. Okay. And I want you to turn your hoop around and pick up the next loop. Then take your yarn, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, let's do that again. We're going to be decreasing this round, but I want to keep that front loop. We're going to go in the back loop. Okay, and then I'm going to take my hook facing me, and I'm going to grab, my hand is really light. I'm going to grab it, and I'm going to just spin it around to where it's back facing me. Then I'm going to grab the yarn. I'm going to pull through those 2 loops. Then I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to finish that decrease. And that's a back loop single crochet decrease. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but that's what I'm going to call it today. Then in the next 2 stitches, we're going to do a single crochet. So go in that back loop, just do a regular single crochet, go to the next one, back loop, single crochet, and we're going to start this again. This takes some work. This takes a little bit of practice. So don't be frustrated. And if anything, you don't even have to do this thing, because I am going to show you another way where you can just sew a bottom and we'll put it on. But if you want to be up for the challenge today, here we go. Back loop, down, face me or face you. And I'm just going to grab it, and then I'm just poking it through, and I'm spinning it back around. And then I'm going to grab my yarn, and I'm going to take it through those 2 back loops, which it's easier to do faster, really. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to finish that decrease. next two is 1 single crochet. Okay, 1 single crochet, back loop, 1 single crochet. All right, let's try it one more time. Back loop there. Then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to, my finger's back here helping me get it so I can get my hoop back facing me so I can do my stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to follow it with 1 single crochet in the next, in the back loop, 1 single crochet in the next, in the back loop. So you carry on, and I'll meet you back here. It'll be a decrease in 2 stitches, followed by 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet. Decrease 2 together, single crochet, single crochet. Okay, and that should leave you with one right there. So I'm just going to do a single crochet in that. When we start decreasing like this, the number here doesn't really matter for this. Then we're going to do the decrease again. And this time we're doing it the hard decrease. So no back loop, no nothing. We've already made our line right there. So now we can just go at it. So we're going to go in there, grab up a loop, go next door, grab up a loop, yarn over, boom, take them all. And then we're going to follow it by 1 single crochet. And that's the repeat. We're going to do a decrease, go in there, pull up a loop, go next door, pull up a loop, yarn over, take them all, followed by 1 single crochet. So decrease, 1 single crochet in the next. Do a decrease, single crochet. Decrease. And you know what? I've got 2 left. You can do 1 single crochet in each, or you can go ahead and do a decrease. And that'll get that down there. So now let's go ahead and stuff this little baby before it gets too small. I was working on some pumpkins, which is coming up, and I kept getting to where I had like 6 single crochets or 8, and I was like, oh my word. Can't hardly even get the stuffing in it. Okay. There we go. I'm going to take this out now. Just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to see how many stitches we've got. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I've got 9. But it doesn't matter because I'm just going to stick my finger in here and I'm just going to do a hard decrease all the way around. So just for the video, I'm going to go ahead and count it. So that's 2. And we're going to do next door 3 and 4. Next door 5 and 6. Next one 7 and 8. And then there's technically that 9th one. Let's go ahead and do another decrease. I know it goes into the one we already started, but there. That's one of the things I really like about some of these projects is, especially when this is going to be on the bottom. I mean, nobody is going to even care. And we can, it doesn't matter if we have an even number of stitches or anything, because we're just decreasing it down. This one I'm just going to pick it up and do a slip stitch and fasten off. And I'm just gonna do about 8-10 inches. And before I close it, I want to make sure that I have enough stuffing, kind of following that line to make sure. And I think it can use just a smidge. Okay. Now the way I'm going to close this up, which has been my favorite way lately, is I'm going to pick up that front loop and I'm going to do that all the way around. Now here's another little trick, because it makes it flush. I'm going to pick up that front loop. Sometimes I can go and like scoop up under the next one. And then I have two. I'm not pulling it tight yet. So I'm going to take that and pick it up. But you can do individually too. I ran across that by accident. Okay. And just to make sure everything's good, I'm just going to pick up a loop and I'm going to make a little knot. And I'm just going to poke it through wherever it wants to come out. Pull it just a little bit. Yeah. I just think they're the cutest. And even though we've got that thing, I'm going to be having mine like either in my pie tray or in a basket or something like that, so this little fellow can hide in the back. All right. What colors did you guys go with? Love this green. I'll have my not my email, but my Instagram linked down below. So I mean, I would love to see it. I don't know if you can post photos on YouTube in the comment section or not. So I'd love to see it. I'd love to see anything you make. You know, every time you see something somebody else make, it usually inspires you to make something else or make it in a different color or whatever. And I just love that. I think that's what I love so much about crochet is I ran across this by accident because I was like, I saw something and I was working on the Christmas trees, which I think I've got that worked out and filming that next. And I was like, I really love this green. And I was like, wouldn't it be great to do, and it just, a new life is born. So that is the candy corn video. And I hope you guys loved it. Love making these. Candy corns are my favorite candy. I only eat it Halloween, just around Halloween. It's the only time I allow myself to eat it. But I love them. My favorite since childhood, so. And I guess that's it. I hope you guys have a great week. I'm going to get started on the Christmas tree and hopefully get that up to you as well very, very soon. But I wanted to get this done because it leads into the tree. So, and until I see you guys, I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye-bye.